Hey guys, Ranger here, and welcome back to another video. And I've had several people request me to check out this cartoon, which is the latest Mickey Mouse short, New Shoes. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and begin and see what happens in this. Starting the video in 3, 2, 1, click. Hang on. Starting the video in 3, 2, 1, click.
Hi, Mickey.
It's so helpful.
Good afternoon, Mickey. I just wanted to thank you for your courage and ingenuity in unclogging that horrible toilet last week.
Thanks. Wow. You made an amazing life, Mick. To walk in your shoes, if only for 7 minutes.
7 minutes? How long is this cartoon?
Aw, shucks.
7 minutes!
Well,
Oh
your
my.
is amazing.
Cartoon 7 minutes long. Thanks. Oh crap. Oh no.
Well, that wasn't very nice. Golly, what the?
Whoa, Mick. I didn't know you could throw your voice. I know I can't. Yeah.
Holy fellas, we've switched places. This is what we were talking about. Walking in each other's shoes.
Goofy, when did you get so dang tall?
World, we get to spend
I love that art.
Hey, Donald, check me out. Now I'm you with some fancy duds. Super handsome. And I can make my own breakfast.
to ourselves to
What?
see how this goes.
Never mind. Oh no.
I sure
Oh
love
my
being tall. Things are so different up here.
gosh.
Mister, my kitty's all the way up in the tree.
Hey, that looks like one of those other
That nice tall man saved your life.
Just think, now my help can reach all new heights.
Was that one of Oswald's Bunny kids?
I'm so happy I could touch the sky. Tell me, do you want to know the reason why? I'm tall, baby, tall as a tree. Like a mountain, like a tower, baby, look at me. I'm humongous, I'm stupendous, I'm tremendous, the list is endless.
Was that Morty and Ferdy?
I'm on top of the world. I'm as high as I could be. Up and down.
Hey, that's the train, and that was Casey. I love hearing
How could you forget our lunch?
I thought you said lunch.
Can't reach.
Whoa, just a bit winded. Have a nice day.
I love that sound from Mickey.
Whoa, whoa.
You know, him singing. That was awesome.
Let's put this to the test.
Oh no.
Holy moly! It's Mickey Mouse!
Well, this is what Donald always wanted.
Right this way, Mr. Mouse. Your private table, sir. And please remember, everything is on the house. Because you are Mickey Mouse.
Thank you, Mickey Mouse.
Donald always wanted this.
Please, what better way to kick off being Donald than flapping these hot
All those
wings
times he
all the
wanted
way
to show to
Play-Doh
himself.
Party?
During the House of Mouse, he was envious of Mickey. Even back to
What? I can't fly. Oh,
Chip and Dale.
hey, little guys.
Chip and Dale. Oh yeah.
Donald.
This is pretty much a reference to how a lot.
That dollar I loaned you. I
Scrooge!
can't live like this. Who gets stuck with all the bad luck? No
bed. I just want to slip into something comfy and relax.
Shorts are a little tight.
My shoes don't fit either. Oh.
Wait till Minnie shows up. That's whenever he'll change his mind.
Oh, come on, man.
Goofy was never ow that tall. Carve it!
I am not being goofy.
There he is.
Thanks for spaying my cat.
And delivering my baby.
What?
And winning us the trophy.
You're great.
Awesome.
You
Donald
deserve
is not one.
You're the king.
Surprise!
That's adorable!
Missed our 10-minute anniversary! Let's sing our 10-minute anniversary song! La, 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 la. It's been 10 minutes. May as well have been 10 years. Listen with your ears. Our heart belongs to you. Our love is
Oh, I got no control over this goofy body.
Why's everyone hating on Donald?
I think we're done walking in each other's shoes. Now, come on. We gotta find a way out of this.
There you go! Yay, they switched back! Ah! Now, Mickey, you got some explaining to do to Minnie.
Well, that wasn't very nice.
Hey, what do you know? It worked.
We're back.
There's that peeping Tom.
Mickey got the happy ending! And poor Donald. Oh my gosh! Jeez, there was a lot going on here. I don't see David Tennant's voice in this. I heard Scrooge, but who voiced him? I'm guessing maybe Corey Burton, John Kaiser, maybe. Okay. This was an interesting setup. We've seen this setup before with not with the Disney characters exactly switching bodies. I'm sure we have seen a couple of gimmicks like that a couple times before. I mean, I'm sure it has been done before with the body switching deal. No doubt done in comics. It's the first time we've ever actually seen that I can recall Mickey, Donald, and Goofy actually switching bodies before. And oh my gosh, I can only imagine the fan art people would do. Never mind. Because as I said before, during one of, I think it was as I said before in the last Mickey cartoon video, yeah. The Disney fandom isn't like the MLP fandom whenever it comes to artwork. Usually, whenever something for MLP comes out new, within a day, there's already at least a dozen picks. Well, used to be at least a dozen picks. With Disney, no, there's not even. You'd be lucky to find one image pertaining to a cartoon. People just don't. Ugh. That's the one thing I hate about the Disney fandom. They're just not as creative. They're just not. That river is just is not even a trickle. Not compared to the creativity of the MLP fandom. So I could say I can only imagine what artwork people would do, but you know what? They're fan fiction, but you know what? I really don't have to worry about it because nobody's going to take advantage of that. If they do, point me in that direction and I'll check it out. But yeah, anyway. So Mickey, Donald, and Goofy take a blow to the head twice, once with a fist and then once with a brick, which causes them to transform into each other's bodies. And it's an interesting thing here because each of these characters had switched into bodies that had something that they possibly wondered what it would be like. Mickey got to experience Goofy. Mickey got to that kind of may have sounded bad. Mickey got to experience Goofy's height. You know, Mickey's always been a little mouse. Now he got to experience Goofy's height. And so he wasn't used to that, and he got to experience it. And at first he thought he was going to be able to help people, and he did, but then it really became exhausting for him, and Mickey found out he couldn't fit into his own house. Goofy thought it would be okay to be Donald, but as Goofy found out, Donald Duck gets stuck with all the bad luck. Chip and Dale, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and Scrooge McDuck. Now, if you go by the different cartoons and comics, Donald and Chip and Dale have always been at each other's throats. They've always been. Sometimes Donald's at fault for Chip and Dale aggravating him. Other times he's not at fault. Chip and Dale just love messing with Donald. Same thing for Huey, Dewey, and Louie. They just love messing with their Uncle Donald. And Scrooge, oh my gosh, the times that Scrooge, I mean, yeah, there have been times, of course, whenever Scrooge and Donald have been shown, to care about each other in comics before, and even in, like, the original DuckTales series, and I think even in the modern DuckTales series, too, but in the comics as well, there have been times where they have made big bets with each other, and they've tried to sabotage each other's bets. Donald calls Scrooge, you old skinflint, and Scrooge pretty much calls Donald that lazy nephew. So, yeah. And each character got to experience something different here. And it turns out, for a little while, it's kind of that thing. You walk a mile in each other's shoes, in someone else's shoes. Each thought it was going to be interesting to experience life as the other characters. But then it got to be completely, very hectic for them, and so they ended up wanting to change back into their bodies, and each of the characters experienced it. Mickey in Goofy's body, at first he was happy to help other people, but then he saw that pretty much you can't help everybody because, you're always going to be busy, and it tired him out. Donald thought, oh my gosh, I'm Mickey Mouse, I'm going to get all the love and attention. And he loved it at first, but then it kind of got to where he was being bothered. And everybody, he couldn't see any peace. And the moment that Goofy got to experience life as Donald, he had many different characters bugging the crap out of him. And so they each wanted to go back to their normal body. So because of a punch to the face, they were able to get back to their bodies, and each character. And so again, I really enjoyed this cartoon. It was cute, and it was fun, and it was hilarious. And there's a few things that I want to go over with this particular cartoon. Now, because the title New Shoes, I honestly thought it was going to be that Mickey got a pair of brand new shoes. That's what I seriously thought it was going to be. But it was wrong. What it meant was, it was a reference to that saying, walk a mile in their shoes. And so, Goofy and Donald, they saw Mickey. How many people love Mickey because, he was he's naturally a helpful, good-natured character. And this face with Goofy, like, my gosh. And you know what? Look at Goofy's vest. That looks like one of those old wooden clothespins. It does. Then the characters end up bumping into Pete, who just so happens to be standing around. If Mickey thought Goofy was tall, look at Pete. My gosh. And I thought it was hilarious. And of course, Donald points at Mickey like, I didn't do it, he did. And I love this truck that Pete's fist transforms into, Pain Express. I love the design for that truck, I love the design for that cab over truck. It's not the standard tractor cab, it's a cab over. But I love the design for that. The Goofy just gets so much taller. Like, this is a very interesting perspective here. Goofy just gets so much taller. And again, I love the art style that they went with for the sky here. I mean, just look at this. This is honestly a very, very beautiful thing. And again, Goofy's not that tall. Goofy is not that tall. Goofy's probably your average, maybe 5, almost 6 foot tall character, possibly. And how Donald's a duck. A male duck. And Goofy said, I can make my own breakfast. Again, if this was an MLP fandom, I can only imagine where artwork would go with that. But again, interesting perspective here from Goofy. I mean, look at the art style they did with this. Okay, this right here, in a way, I see this art right here, this perspective. This looks like my dash cam. This looks like my dash cam, the wide angle lens. And this cat that Mickey tries to help, looks like the same cat that was used. It looks like the same cat that was used in a Pluto cartoon where Mickey rescued a kitten from a well, and Pluto kept seeing his angel and devil self. That kitten looks like that. And this looks like a bunny kid of Oswald's here. And it kind of sounds like Russi Taylor voiced her. And we got the beach here, and honestly I'm thinking, okay, a couple of characters here that I want to point out here on the beach. First off, this looks like Morty and Ferdy. That's right here on the beach. Here, this buff duck. I don't know, I thought about that other series, Duck Avengers or something like that. It was a program on Disney Channel that used to air, and it was like at the very last legs of the old Disney Channel. It was a series that wasn't really popular at all. And of course, whenever Goofy tries to save the train here, interesting, okay, we got Casey Jones, we got the train from Dumbo, we got Casey Jones, I haven't seen him in a long time, a lot of references here. We got Dumbo, and was it Timothy Mouse, or we got Dumbo and the little mouse. We've also got the Crows, and of course Goofy as Donald sees Chip and Dale, and Chip and Dale immediately turn against him and start throwing acorns at Donald. And then here comes Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Like, oh crap, I didn't mean to go back that far. Here's Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Like, oh boy, here's our uncle. We can pester the crap out of him. Here's Buzz as well. And then Scrooge. And this reference here. Okay, I don't know, that did not sound like David Tennant. That reference whenever Goofy says that line. That line from those old Donald Duck cartoons. Who gets stuck with all the bad luck? No one but Donald Duck. Oh my. You know, just whenever I think, I mean, I'm always surprised with how meta that the writers are with these scenes. You know, the references to Disney's history. I love it. I honestly love it. It continues to surprise me and amaze me. But it's awesome. And honestly, I really love Mickey's room here. It's a nice simplistic style. You got the higher windows up here. You got a TV right here with the rabbit ear antennas. You got like this little dresser. You got a cabinet. You have a wardrobe over in the corner. You got a little bed. Hardwood floors. I love the design for Mickey's room here. It really does look nice. It has a sort of a kitschy, like a kitsy sort of, or a kitschy sort of style, like a little retro kind of thing. I like it. And who'd have thunk that? Okay, I'm sure it's just in this, but you know, in this cartoon, Mickey lives next door to Clarabelle. I'm glad for that because you know Mickey had Mortimer before as a neighbor. I'm so glad they got rid of that pest. And honestly, whenever Goofy landed in the bathtub, I thought, oh no, this is going to be Minnie. Like I honestly thought, oh no, this is going to be Minnie. That he just landed in Minnie's bathtub. But no, it's Clarabelle. She just has this shocked look about her. This lady here tells Mickey, thanks for spaying my cat. So Mickey spayed a cat, okay. And the lady that makes the mention, thanks for delivering my baby. Yeah, actually, that would make an interesting fanfic. Like Mickey Minnie could be on it. You know, one version, Mickey's late for a date with Minnie because he has to help this lady deliver a baby. Second is Mickey and Minnie are already on the date, and then Mickey and Minnie kind of both help this woman deliver the baby. Here come Minnie. Out of nowhere. and she like glomps Mickey. And 10-minute anniversary, and I think this is adorable here because like how exuberant and excited and sort of, you know, lovey-dovey Minnie is being to Mickey here. 10-minute anniversary song is cute. And poor Minnie's like, "My heart belongs to you," and she literally gives Mickey her heart, which hugs him. And honestly, whenever Donald tried running from Minnie, I thought, oh boy, Minnie's going to be mad, and Mickey's going to have a lot of explaining to do later on. That's honestly what I thought. And then the characters are themselves again, and here's just all heck to a degree breaking loose. Here's Hugo and Louie with these maniacal, like, Five Nights at Freddy's smiles. Chip and Dale, Buzz, and Scrooge wanting to clobber him. And there's Clarabelle with the police. You know, I gotta wonder, Clarabelle, why the heck did you not put on any clothes before going outside? You're in a freaking bath towel. Like, isn't that public indecency? Isn't that public indecency? And of course, thankfully, Minnie was not mad at Mickey. I was afraid, like, you know, where Donald had it bad, Goofy had it bad, I was afraid Minnie was going to be mad and it was going to be a bad ending for them. But no, I'm honestly glad that honestly, Mickey got a happy ending. I'm glad for that. You know, it's adorable. Mickey did get a happy ending. I do feel bad for Donald. Because there's really no explanation as to why Chip and Dale and Hugo and Louie, Buzz, and Scrooge are doing this. There's no explanation for it. Goofy lands in Clarabelle's bathtub, so she has him arrested. Clarabelle and Goofy will be close enough to that Clarabelle would know how clumsy Goofy is, and if he suddenly crashes through her wall and into her bathtub, he didn't do it on purpose. But yeah, she has him arrested. But yeah, here she is standing in a bath towel with her udder in plain view. You would think that would be public indecency. Out of all the endings right here, Mickey did get the happy one. And as a Mouse fan, I am happy for that. I am glad that Mickey and Minnie got the happy ending. You know, I'm so glad that Minnie was not mad at Mickey. And so they got the happy ending. I am very, very happy for that. Daisy wasn't featured in this cartoon. It would have been interesting for Goofy to have been bumbling around Daisy. Donald had the worst ending out of all this. Goofy had the second worst ending. They all gave a thumbs up, like, okay, my life is back to normal. Donald's getting the crap beat out of him. Goofy's okay with being arrested. And Mickey's got his girl. So, yeah. But again, I love what the writers are doing with these cartoons, like the references and everything that they're doing with it. It's just hilarious what they're doing with these, the meta references to Disney's past, and all the cartoons and the gags, the visual gags in the background. There's so much in these cartoons. I mean, literally, you have to, like, for me, like, it takes a couple of times. Like, it takes me going back through them the second time to notice things I didn't notice before, because the first time I didn't see Dumbo and, was it Timothy Mouse? I didn't see them the first time around until I was going back through it. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of visual gags in these things, and it's fast-paced, and the comedy is fast-paced, so, like, it's really humorous, but it can catch you off guard at times, because you have to really pay attention, and I really love these cartoons. I really, really do. And I really love this cartoon here. It's adorable, it's funny, and again, the visual gags, things like that. And again, Donald, we all know, ever since back in the 1930s, 40s, Donald has wanted to, you know, Donald has been jealous of Mickey. You remember in the Mickey Mouse Club, Donald was usually, Donald was like always trying to change it from M-I-C-K-E-Y to Donald. He was always trying to change that. House of Mouse, Donald wanted to run his own club, and there were times whenever Donald tried to take the show away from Mickey, and this was this was like that, you know. This was honestly like that. Donald got to experience that, and you know, they each got to experience each other's lives, and they got to see that they couldn't handle it. You know, they couldn't handle each other's lives. But again, it was the whole reference to walk a mile in someone else's shoes, and or walk a mile, you know, walking in somebody else's shoes, and that's where the title "New Shoes" came from. I thought that Mickey was going to get a new pair of shoes. That's what I thought was going to happen. So the title was about new shoes walking in somebody else's, but not in the way that I thought. But again, this was a fun cartoon. It was funny. it was adorable as well, and just kind of sad in some places. But again, I really love this cartoon. It was really awesome. And so again, thank you Disney, everybody that worked on this cartoon. Thank you all so much for these awesome, totally great cartoons. Again, the visual gags, the writing, I love it. It's so humorous, it's fast paced, and it's just really comical. And again, the visuals are awesome. And again, I love the Mousy romance. It's cute. I love it. So again, thank you to everybody that worked on this. Thank you all so much. And thank you again to everybody that requested, that wanted me to check out this cartoon. Hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments as well. Thanks again for joining me. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next. Hopefully, I will see you in the next video that I do. Take care.